99.1 Joy FM. Nick and Sandy here this morning. Sandy, it's 8 o'clock. It is time to find out who today's substitute teacher is.
The bell has rung. It is Darren from We Are Messenger.
Yes.
Woo!
Hey guys.
What are we?
I'm thrilled to be here. I'm a very educated, well-educated man of great intellectual value to your listeners.
That's why we thought we would call you Dr. Darren.
Oh, Dr. Darren.
I like it. I actually, funny enough, I'm not a doctor, but I do have a postgraduate degree in child and adolescent mental health, believe it or not. And I'm one of, I think, 3 people in Ireland who got that postgraduate degree without ever having a degree. I talked my way into an interview one time for it, and I got it.
What?
And I finished it. Yeah.
Wow.
So I know nothing about anything much, but I do know a lot about kids' mental health, which is pretty awesome.
That doesn't surprise me, honestly, just knowing you a little bit. And it also doesn't surprise me that you were able to talk yourself into a situation.
Yeah, I'm good at talking myself into things. I just can't talk myself out of things.
Well, we can't talk to you and not remind our listeners that you're one of our favorite people. You make us laugh and smile, so we hope we bring a smile to your face as well. But today's all about kids going back to school. I understand you have a lesson. So, Dr. Darren, what subject?
I'm looking at my computer screen, and I'm just thinking. So I would like to teach some English. English was one of my favorite subjects in school, and that actually is the truth. I love it. I love what words do. I love what poetry is. I love what stories do and how they change the world. But anyway, there's a few big mistakes that I see Americans make. So, you know, Nick, like you might, if I meet you in the street, you might say, you know, hello. And of course, that's improper. You know, as anyone knows, the correct way to greet someone is to say, how about you? Right?
How about you?
Okay.
How about you? And now the response to that in America, it might be, oh, I'm happy, or I'm sad, or I'm excited, you know, something like that. But they're not very descriptive. So the proper Irish English term, you know, in response is to say, I'm 100%, I'm 100 cement, I'm dead on, flying, no bother. No,
not just one of those. You have to say them all together.
Any of them, no matter how sad, angry, or excited you are, that is the correct response. All right. No,
I'm 100 cement.
Sorry, this is so true though. Following on from that, you know that response that you get from people. You know, they might say, I'm excited or I'm distraught. But there is only one true response when you ask an Irishman, how are you? So I might have lost a leg. You know, I might have lost my fortune. I might be in the worst situation you could imagine. But the only response is this. If I ask you, how are you? Sandy, we'll try it on you.
Okay.
How are you, Sandy?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, no, that's wrong.
Okay.
You're grand. I'm grand.
Grand.
Try this. How are you, Sandy?
I'm grand.
Dead on. Nick, how are you, bro?
I'm grand as well.
Sam, how are you?
I'm grand.
That's great. You see that? And all 3 of you may have completely different emotions, but the great leveler in Irish society is I'm grand, which is why we have the highest rate of depression, alcoholism, and suicidal ideation in the Western world.
Oh, no. Oh, man.
Oh.
Well, that's
And
really
only an Irishman can laugh after making that last statement. Do you realize how ridiculous it is that no matter how you feel, the English response for how are you is I'm grand? It says nothing.
Well, I don't know that our American response is any better. I'm fine when we're not. I've heard maybe it's okay to not be okay. So is what I've heard.
Big song, very handsome writer. Whoever wrote that song was devilishly handsome.
Devilishly.
Well, Darren,
and finally, I have one last part, but I have to do this. So, in Ireland, we love talking about the weather. Okay, so if it was raining outside today, and I asked you, Sandy, what is the weather like? What would you tell me?
It's raining.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Okay.
You can't just say that. That's too basic. That's not correct English.
Okay.
So the answer is one of 3 things. You would say it's a soft one, it's a wet one, or it's just wet.
Which one's worse?
No, they're all the same thing because it always
same.
rains the same in Ireland, but it depends on how you perceive it. So here's what it is. So say this word with me. This is very important. This is a big word in Ireland. It's called ogus. Say ogus.
Ogus.
It's OEDIOUS, or it depends where you're from. If you're from a farming community, it's OEG, whatever you can spell. All right.
Okay.
So that's the way I spelled it growing up. So O just means really big. Okay. So if you said, we just did our fundraiser at the Joy and we had a really big, successful fundraiser. Do you know what the correct term for that is? It was O just big. It was O just mighty. It was O just successful. So you've been wrong for all these years, and I hate to break that to you. But there you go. And here it ends my English lesson. Congratulations.
I don't think we passed. I think we failed English today.
We got an O just F.
That's good. You got an O just F.
Well,
O just massive a failure. There you go.
Students here are preparing, some going back virtually, some going back to class. You guys, what's school like? You have several kids. What's it look like?
Several. It's funny the way you say several kids. Every time I talk to you, I have another one.
Well, I'm afraid to put a number down because I could be wrong,
Anybody out there got a big van they want to lend me? No, I don't. We just got 4. We still have 4. But my kids are next door. So my wife decided that she wanted to homeschool this year. And now she's wanted to homeschool for many years. And I think the whole pandemic gave her a good excuse to go ahead and do that. So, yeah, it's been really good, actually. My kids were a little bit anxious about it because they really love school and they love hanging out with their friends and socializing. But what we found is we connected with a good local homeschool group. And so they have a couple of days a week where they go hang with their mates. My wife teaches Bible study in the morning before we do any schooling as such. And they're thriving. Now, I'm not going to lie to you, Sandy, because you know me. I want nothing to do with it. I don't want anything to do with it. So I'm going to be in charge of extracurricular activities like sports and stuff like that. But as far as teaching maths, not my game, or English.
So you're the gym teacher, lunch guy, recess monitor.